My name is Verner Utke Ramsing. You know, you get in a convoy and you sink ships, as many as you can, but you're not shooting at the destroyers or the escorts, you're shooting at the targets. So we did that on several occasions, shooting at both ends, but we never messed with the destroyers. Day after day, and every time you attack, whether you hit the target or missed the target, they always knew you were there because the torpedoes left a wake. So they just run down the end of the wake and start depth charging or bombing. And we never made an attack that we weren't depth charged or bombs or something. Yeah, well, we did have one down. We used to hide under a temperature gradient. But we were down in the South Pacific off truck base, big Japanese base. We were down there and we attacked and we hit this ship, and you had to make sure that it sank. Back home, they didn't take your word for it. You had to make sure, and you're supposed to identify the ship. You had a book with all the Japanese ships in the world. You're supposed to identify it, and so we did. We hit this ship, and it was sinking. But the captain came up and wanted to verify it. Well, number one, it was like glass. The ocean, South Pacific, was just flat, calm. And number two, there was no temperature gradient. The temperature was straight down. You could, and to our depth anyway, you couldn't get below the temperature gradient. So we raised the scope, and they spotted the scope, and then the escorts came over and worked us over badly. We finally, I think, to the best of my knowledge, we got away in a rain squall. Rain squalls would come, and we hid for the rain squall, and that would foul up their sonar gear. But we did get damaged so badly. The conning tower was cracked, and so we surfaced it after this was all over and said, we're damaged, we have to come back. And they said, okay, can you make Johnson Island, which is a little spit out there? And he said, yeah, we can, but it was a question whether we could dive or not. Well, we did. We got well on our way toward Johnson Island. They said, can you make Midway? I said, yeah, sure, we think we can. And then, can you make Pearl? And they looked at us in Pearl and said, we can't do it. It's too big a job. You have to go back to the States. So we went back to Mare Island. That was, we hadn't been back at all. And that made us very happy. But what happened was they came over with a crane and pulled off the old conning tower, plugged down a new conning tower, and said goodbye. And we brought our family, our wives, out from the East Coast, and we were there for, I'd say, 3 weeks. So that was wonderful. That was wonderful. But we thought we were going to be there for 3 months. We were hoping.